Chronotypes, the personal sleep code. Why is 9 a.m. a trap? In our first video, we discovered that the synchronization of your internal clock, or circadian rhythm, with the external world is critically important for health. But what if you try to wake up at 7 a.m., and your body says, "No, I'm only ready to work after lunch"? The problem is that the modern world is built for morning larks. School starts early, work starts at 9 a.m. If you are an L, you constantly live in a state of misalignment, feeling guilty and unproductive. But this isn't laziness or a lack of discipline. This is your genetics. It's time to learn your personal sleep code, which we call the chronotype. In this episode of SlumberSecrets, we will learn how to determine your type and show you how to restructure your day to leverage your inherent biology. The science of internal timing. Your chronotype is your natural inclination to feel maximally alert or, conversely, maximally sleepy at a specific time of day. It is set deep within you, and it is all regulated by your master clock in the brain. Recall this: our master clock is a tiny cluster of cells that coordinates everything from body temperature to hormone levels. The genetic differences in this mechanism, particularly in the genes we call PER genes, determine how fast your internal pendulum swings. For some, it is shifted toward early morning, lark, and for others, toward late evening, L. Understanding your chronotype allows you not only to sleep better but also to know when your concentration peaks, when you should eat for better metabolism, and when to exercise for maximum effect. Adapting to your type is the path to improving your mood, energy, and quality of sleep. The 4 Beasts Model. To make this science as accessible as possible, Dr. Michael Breus developed a simple system based on 4 animals. Determine who you are. 1. The bear. Characteristics: this is the most common type, about 50% of the population. Bears follow the solar cycle, they wake up and go to bed on a typical schedule. Energy: best productivity occurs during morning hours and before noon. They feel tired late in the evening. 2. The wolf. Characteristics: this is the classic night owl, about 15%. Wolves struggle to wake up before 9 a.m. Their brain only turns on in the afternoon or evening. Energy: the peak of concentration, creativity, and energy occurs after 6 p.m. and can last until midnight or later. The standard 9 to 5 schedule is sheer agony for them. 3. The lion. Characteristics: this is the early bird, 10 to 15% of the population. Lions wake up early, full of energy, often without an alarm clock. Energy: the peak of productivity and deep work occurs immediately in the morning, before noon. However, they may feel severely exhausted by the end of the day and go to bed very early. 4. The dolphin. Characteristics: this type is often associated with chronic insomnia or fragmented sleep. Their sleep is very light, sensitive, and interrupted. The name is based on the fact that real dolphins rest by shutting down only one hemisphere of their brain. Energy: their productivity is often unstable, but peak performance may occur midday, for example, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Social jet lag, the chronotype under attack. If you are an L, wolf, and you have to get up at 6:30 a.m. for work, you are living with chronic social jet lag, SJL. SJL is the constant mismatch between your internal, genetically determined rhythm and your external social schedule. Scientists estimate that up to half of adolescents and many adults with an evening chronotype suffer from this. On weekends, you try to catch up on sleep, going to bed and waking up 2 or 3 hours later. This is SJL. Why is this dangerous? SJL is more than just Monday morning fatigue. It is a persistent disruption of your master clock's function, which in the long term can increase the risk of serious chronic diseases, such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Your body is constantly in a state of mini jet lag, which disrupts your metabolism. Chronotype dynamics: you change with age. Your chronotype is not set in stone, it changes throughout your life. The latest shift toward eveningness is observed during adolescence, peaking at approximately 19 years of age. This is why teenagers love to stay up late, it is biologically determined. During this period, your rhythm can shift nearly 2 hours later. After age 19, the chronotype gradually begins to shift back toward morningness. These changes are most noticeable between the ages of 25 and 29. By old age, after 60 to 65, a clear forward shift occurs, causing older adults to naturally feel sleepy and go to bed earlier, while their mental performance is better in the morning hours. Chrono-optimization: how to work by your clock. Knowing your chronotype is not an excuse to sleep until noon, it is a guide to maximizing your energy and health. 1. Chrono work schedule. Lions, larks perform your most difficult, high-concentration work from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Leave lighter tasks and routines for the afternoon. Wolves, owls do not try to engage in deep work in the morning. Use the morning hours for routine or light tasks. Plan the most complex and creative tasks for the afternoon and evening. 2. Chrono exercise. Lions, ideally, exercise immediately after waking up. Wolves, the best time for exercise is late morning or evening, when your energy is naturally at its peak. Bears, optimal exercise time is late morning or around noon. 3. Chrononutrition. Meal timing also helps synchronize the body. Lions should eat breakfast earlier, 6 a.m., and dinner earlier, 6 p.m. Wolves should eat breakfast later, 8 a.m., and dinner later, 8 p.m. Eating at the optimal time for your type helps maintain your metabolism. Fighting social jet lag. If your schedule requires you to live out of sync with your type, SJL, here is how to minimize the harm. Morning light therapy. Immediately upon waking, go outside or sit by a window for 30 minutes. Morning light is the most powerful synchronizer. It helps your master clock understand that it's time to start the day, even if you are an L. Caution with naps: avoid long daytime naps. If you need a short break, keep it under 30 minutes and take it at least 8 hours before your planned nighttime sleep. Consistency: most importantly, reduce the difference in sleep and wake times between weekdays and weekends. The smaller this gap, the less damage you inflict on your metabolism. Melatonin: for owls, if you are trying to adapt to an earlier schedule, taking melatonin in the evening, under specialist guidance, can help your body shift its internal clock forward. Master your code. Sleep is not a universal process. It is deeply individual and coded in your genes. Stop fighting yourself. Understand your chronotype. If you are a wolf, don't criticize yourself for not being able to work at 8 a.m. If you are a lark, don't force yourself to stay up late. By using your personal chronotype as a guide, you can optimize your day, improve your health, and most importantly, start getting the full, restorative sleep your body deserves. Next video announcement. We have determined your chronotype. But what if you are one of those who don't fit into any of these types? Or what if your partner is a wolf and you are a lion, and you can't agree on a bedtime? In the next episode of SlumberSecrets, we will talk about real life. We will discuss the most common family conflicts caused by sleep and give practical tips on how to befriend different chronotypes. We will also examine how special gadgets and lighting can become your personal tools for hacking sleep.